Hey everybody, good evening, good afternoon, good day, good morning, wherever you are. Just getting the show warmed up here, getting a few things squared up, and we'll be going live here in 3 minutes and 40 seconds or so. I guess we are live now, but the show's kick off here in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so get with you here in a little bit. Hey everybody, good evening. Oregon Stacker, some pre-show guys here. Oregon, good to see you. And Plumber, hello. John Ruck, how's everyone doing? Sticks TNT, I like that channel name. I like that. Thank you for subbing Sticks TNT, and I think I actually returned the favor. So if I have not, let me know, and I will definitely do so. So hope everyone's had a good weekend. Getting things rearranged here, about ready to kick off here. Hey Oregon, good to see you. So the topic for today, once we start the show up here in 45 seconds, is did you squeeze yesterday? Or for that matter, do you intend to squeeze in the near future? I know I got Plumber's answer yesterday when I was testing my bots, but it'd be interesting to see what the consensus is to the audience. Hi Cliff, good to see you. eBay was wild yesterday. Yeah, hey Mailman, good to see you, buddy. No man, woods and mountains, can't go wrong with that. All right, everybody, we will see you on this other side, and welcome to the show. Hello, stackers. Hoosier Stacker coming at you from Southern Indiana. Welcome to a Stackers Gathering. Glad y'all can show up and hang out here for an hour or so. Glad to see everyone out here. Welcome to the show. Greg S., welcome. Welcome to the show, my friend. John Rick, Plumber, Oregon. Mailman, I know you're popping in for a bit. Thanks for doing that, buddy. Appreciate it. Cliff, welcome to the show. And Sticks of TNT, welcome. I like that. I still like that channel name, just so you know. And Red Light, hello, hello. Welcome. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. So, I'm actually working on a self-audit today. I have lost track of how much constitutional I have, so I figure out, just part of the show here, I'll just go ahead and start counting out my quarters and my dimes here. Gotta get that firewood, that's right, man. So is it still snow-capped up there in the mountains, or has it melted? No, man, I'm just curious about that. Or does it ever melt entirely? I guess that's the better question. Does it ever melt entirely? More shinies for Hoosier Stacker. Yep. Well, this is just my constitutional, but I have a lot of it, so I made that commitment earlier this year to focus on constitutional and gold, so that's what I'm doing this year. And so far, so good. I haven't swayed. Yeah, I could do that, Cliff, but this is funner. Takes longer too, and you can get dirty boy. Get dirty, and no one's going to care if you touch constitutional. Still snow up there. All right, Mailman, I figured as much, but it's still, I guess, relatively early in the season, I suppose. So does it ever clear entirely of snow up there, or does it always stay snow capped to some extent year round? Not bending the Geiger, Plumber. I'm just sitting here. I'm just showing it out here as a tease. Not bending it. Not bending it. I got special plans for that Geiger when the time is right. Okay. Well, I live for Oregon. The snow all melts there. All right. I was wondering. Yeah, I'll get you one day. Who's your stacker? Your little dog too. So while we're getting things going here, let me ask the question. I'll start the conversation here. Did anyone do the squeeze yesterday? Did anyone partake of the fear of missing out on the silver squeeze yesterday? I myself did not, but I'm just curious if others had. And either way, yes or no, what's your opinion on it? $60 eagles for a Geiger, right? I'm partial to this Geiger still, so I'm not giving it up quite yet. Especially knowing the rarity of it now. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. So, yeah. I do have plans for it. It's going to involve the community when the time comes. So, stay tuned on that. Going to knock you out. Tell you what, Oregon, if you do that, then you have to answer to Mrs. Hoosier. And believe me, you don't want to do that. I did survive the wrath of Mrs. Hoosier Thursday when, well, I guess last Sunday when she came down the stairs. So I'm still here. Mrs. Hoosier and I guess we've been together for 32 years. I guess we're doing something right. So that being said, you know, whenever I'm doing my stuff down here, she doesn't bother me, and I try not to bother her on her stuff. So that was funny that one night in Oregon when she yelled for me down the stairs. I'm like, oh, gotta go, guys. It's like a little kid, a little kid getting yelled at by his mom. Bloody hell, man. Yep. My wife is very tolerable of my stuff. And I don't have a whole lot of stuff when it comes to stuff. I have life and I have this now with y'all, and I have work. That's really about my life. I don't have much more outside of that nowadays. I guess I've gotten older in my years and just don't want to do as much stuff as I can now. I could have went right across the river over into Kentucky, and I could have partaked of the Kentucky Derby yesterday and the Oaks Friday. Could have very easily done that, but they're not just. I guess I'm not a local. I'm a transplant from southwestern Indiana or west central Indiana, and for the Oaks and Derby that go on here every April, or I'm sorry, every May, it's definitely a local thing. I got chewed out. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Brent. Yep, you got to balance it out, buddy. If mama ain't happy, ain't no one happy. You know that. Turned off a light on the room. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot going on. Like I said, the Kentucky Derby is always a big spectacle around here, especially for the locals. They absolutely live and die for the Oaks and Derby. And when they canceled everything last year, it was like a mourning. It was like a funeral. You should have seen the all the depressed people last year when they canceled it. It was horrific. A lot of people really loved the Oaks and Derby, and that did not happen last year ever. And they went, like I say, you might as well have went to a wake, because that's basically how everyone's attitude was about it for several days after they canceled it. Hello, Silver Scorpion. Welcome to the show. Yeah, Cliff. I lost 4 straight auctions, and I don't really get into the auctions. Plumber can attest to that. I'll play the small games, like for example, if Yankee is doing during his Ask Yankee, if he does a little auctioning at the end of the game, I'll play with something like that. Or if Maximus Silver Stacker, whenever he's doing his Wednesdays and Saturday shows, if he's doing a little bit of auction, I'll play and something like that. But I don't do the heavy duty auctions. I'm just not really into it for me. And I'm cutting in and out. Well, that's good to know. What am I cutting in and out for this time? Let's try that. Let's see if that makes a difference. We'll see if that makes a difference here. I don't see any problems with the connection. May just been my mic, so I just made a change. Let me know how that goes. So yeah, that's a lot of people do a lot of auctioning, but that's just something I'm just not really into. At least not right now. Maybe in the future. And I'm turning off that camera because I'm hot down here in the basement today. It's actually pretty warm up here in southern Indiana, so I'm turning off the cam, taking my get up off for the day. Trying not to turn the AC on yet too, so I'm being a tightwad there with not turning the AC on. I saw just on the news just a bit ago where Florida's supposed to get up into the low to mid 90s this week. See, that's just I rather keep it a little cooler myself. Yeah, and that's the same. I'm sort of in the same boat. Silver Scorpion. I mean, could I partake more of them? Yes, I could, but I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of cash flow to play with. So I try not to get too involved. Like I said, I'll get on the Yankees auction every so often, and I'll do Maximus's auction. It's sort of a mini game in a game type of thing. But those all day auctions, I just can't do it. I don't know, Plumber. I don't know how you do it, or for that matter, every day. You see how how you guys can do those all day auctions. I guess once you get bit, it becomes an addiction, and, and that's when you enjoy it. But for me, I'm not there yet. Yeah, a lot of shinies, that's for sure. And I guess that's why I am more a stacker than a collector because when you do a lot of the auction type of stuff, you see a lot of collectible items, right? You usually don't see just egos, and you don't see your coinage that a stacker would normally collect. You see a lot more collectible stuff, a lot more stuff on pores, for example, and things that you would want to flip in the near future. I'm just not into that. I rather stack the weight. I could go 24/7, but I was not married. I don't know. I can see you not getting bored, Oregon. I can see you doing that all day long. You have to sleep eventually. Of course, Plumber, he doesn't sleep at all. I think he sleeps between bids, cat naps between bids. Well, yeah, I got to admit, the Geiger was a little bit of a fallback of my falling off the bandwagon a little bit there. I went in there with the intent of buying those quarters. They had those quarter ounce eagles, gold eagles in there. And I went there with the intent of buying one or two of those, but I walked out with the Geiger. It kept drawing me in, kept drawing me in. It's like, they also had their 1 ouncers there too. And kept drawing me in, but I was looking at the egos, and then I just happened to get a glance of the Geiger, and I'm like, hey, that's a Geiger. I don't have a Geiger. I'll get a Geiger just to have a Geiger. So I got a Geiger just to have it, and I'll hold on to it for a while, and then I'll give it back to the community in some fashion or another in the near future. Lots and lots of coffee. Yep. Or Red Bull, or for me, Dr. Pepper. I'm a little addicted to Dr. Pepper. I do not have any of the toys turned on yet with the bot, John. I just have enough turned on to where it throws out a message every 5, 10, 15 minutes. So don't have any of the. I just turned it on yesterday. I haven't really played a lot with the bot yet. So once I get a chance to play with the bot some more, I might turn on some games. I don't recall seeing a weather thing in there inside the cloud bot. I'll have to look at that next time. Yep, Dr. Pepper time. I'm that's my some people are addicted to caffeine or coffee. Other people are addicted to wine. I myself, I have my own vices, Dr. Pepper. Well, I tell you what, Silver Scorpion, if you want to learn, I'll learn along with you. Because, like I said, I just turned mine on yesterday, and just playing around with it a little bit. Get back to my counting here. So, silver squeeze or no? Who all partaked of the silver squeeze yesterday? And where's your stance? What's your stance on that? Me personally, I think it's all hype. I think it's just an opportunity for people to take advantage of other people, in my opinion. And now, that being said, a year ago, I've been hook, line, and sinker myself, being a greenhorn or greenback as I was a year ago, but not anymore these days. These days, I'm like, whatever, just another hype. I'm in this for the long haul, so. Yep. 1024 does so. 224 does show your age there. You don't hear about that too much anymore. I think they still keep that emblem on the cans. I thought. I have to look. I haven't looked here recently. I know that used to be an emblem on a Dr. Pepper can. I don't know if it's still there or not. Yeah, and the biggest reason why I turned on the bot was because I was running into, and as you get more and more into guest hosting, and I do it all the time, Plumber can attest to it, I will get fixated on a conversation that I'm talking to, like whenever I have a guest out into the show, I'll get fixated on that conversation, and especially if you get 3 or 4 people on there. And I'll forget the chat, and it's not just because I don't intend to. It's just I get fixated on the conversation. I lose track of what's going on in the chat. Now, Sterling Campbell mentioned yesterday that your moderators could help out on that. So I'll have to get some more moderators, I guess, because I don't like leaving the audience hanging like that. Yep, it is definitely a learning opportunity. And yeah, you're going to get some people that will fall hook, line, and sinker. It's just how it is. The old adage, a sucker's born every minute, can apply here. But I think for the most part, people in this community are wiser to fall for something like that. So. And if we as a community, if we ever get newbies out here and Reddit or whomever the next go around decides to try to play the game, and if we have any newbies out here that are like itching to jump on that bandwagon, just pull them aside and have a heart-to-heart conversation with them. Let them know that we understand where you're coming from. We've been noobs before, or rookies before, so we know exactly where they're coming from. But try, as an elder community member now, as an elder, you really need to guide the newbies that come on board and just help them out along the way. You don't want them to be misled or astray or anything like that. Hey, aloha stacker, good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the show. I got a question to ask you, my friend, and it's something I can ask you offline if you don't want to answer it during the show here. But when you do make that move, what type of arrangements? Again, you don't have to disclose anything. What type of arrangements are you making with all the shinies that you have in your possession in Hawaii right now? I'm just curious about how you're handling that from a international, moving international perspective. Again, you don't need to disclose anything if you don't want to. I'm just curious. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, I'm just curious. I might hit you up one of these days. I'm just curious on how that works out. So I'll hit you up offline if you want to disclose it at a later date. That's fine. I'm just curious. Completely understandable if you don't want to. I know there's a lot of I know there's lots of ins and outs when it comes to moving stuff internationally. So a lot of red tape you have to go through, and that varies wildly from nation to nation. So that's fine. No worries. Yeah, okay, Oregon. Yep, that's right. Your wife's from over there, so you have to deal with those games as well, going, moving stuff between the U.S. and Philippines. Yeah, you mentioned Oregon. You mentioned that before with the you even have to influence people that are holding your stuff. You have to influence them along the way. That's just the culture, or that's just the nature of the business over there, I guess. Hey, Will, good to see you. Welcome to the show, my friend. So I'll keep getting off topic here. Let me circle back around here and let's talk about the silver squeeze. Who all partaked? Put a one in there if you partaked in the silver squeeze, or actually put a two in there if you partaked of the silver squeeze, and put a one in there if you said hell no. For me, I'll do this. If you're an elder, if I'm an elder, you're an ancient. So now Yankee actually jumped on the show last night when I was testing my bot, and he actually asked him the same question. He actually did a yes and no. He does have a 10-ounce squeeze bar, but he also did not do anything besides for that. And I think the squeeze bar's for a special occasion. I don't know. In fact, he's got a video coming out. He went to go see his LCS dealer Tim, and he's actually got a video coming out. I think he said he's going to try to drop it today. I don't know. I haven't checked to see if it's out there yet or not. But he was going to drop the video today with talking about the silver squeeze. Yeah, Cliff, and you're in the same boat as Plumber. Uh, Plumber does a lot of moving of metals around with with what he does. So for some people, it's just it's just hype. It's just another day, and they they move metal as they normally do. So they for them it's no big deal, but for others, especially ones that only acquire metal on a monthly or quarterly basis, would they have been more eager to jump on something like that, or were they just? So for me, I would, like I said a year ago, I would have been all over it, but now I think about the dollar cost average. I think about lowest premium, most weight, lowest premium, and something I know can be relatively flip relatively easily. And for me, it's like, I can sit there and buy 1 ounce gold coins all day long, but if my LCS doesn't want them, then I'm wasting my money, really. If he can't move those 1 ouncers, for example, if he can't move 1 ouncers, but he can move quarters, then I'm not going to buy 1 ouncers. even though I know the premium is going to be better. I just know it's going to be easier to, roll in the future. So, but when it comes to silver squeeze stuff, it's sort of the same boat. I mean, yeah, you can sit there and buy. Everyone's trying to make a quick dollar off of silver squeeze, but everyone, for the most part, in this community, do this as a long-term thing. Do this as most people realize this isn't a quick rich, get rich quick thing when it comes to precious metals. They understand that this is typically more of a savings for preserving your wealth and hedging against inflation, and having something ready like I have right here in front of me, having something available in case of a SHTF event. Hey, Rocky Mountain, good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the show. So yeah, that's where I stand with it. Is they can, I guess it reminds me of the buying a brand new car. The new car smell. Everyone gets the new car smell. Everyone says I have it, or the newest gadget. Everyone's got to have it. Got to have it. Yeah, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Got to have it. But for me, I'm low maintenance. I learned that many years ago. I'm low maintenance, and I don't need the bestest, greatest thing to make my life happy. Yeah, Cliff. And I actually asked that question myself about, I actually have some funds freeing up starting this month regularly. So I asked myself the question going forward, do I want to take the funds that are freeing up for me and put them towards 1 ounce gold buffaloes, which was my original intent, and also constitutional, or do I want to, instead of going with 1 ounce buffaloes or 1 ounce gold, anything, actually going out and getting quarter ounces instead? And the reason why, and I can't remember if you were on the show last Sunday when Oregon and I were talking about this, but when I went to my LCS a couple weeks ago, he had in front in his display case like 4 or 5 quarter ounce pieces of gold egos, 2 or 3 full 1 ounce egos, and 2 or 3 1 ounce maples. And I saw, but he also had this Geiger here, which I keep flashing in front of the screen here to tease Plumber with here. So to tease Plumber with here, and Oregon for that matter. But I picked up the Geiger instead. But I went back the next weekend just to see if those quarter ounces were gone, or to see what was left. And all the quarter ounces were gone. The only thing he had left were the 1 ounces. He said that he can't sell the 1 ounces right now. That the quarters are much easier to move. So that made me ask the question a couple weeks ago: do I want to continue my quest of getting just 1 ounce gold, anything, buffaloes, maples, eagles, whatever? Do I want to go with 1 ounces going forward, knowing that LCSs are having a hard time moving them? Because if you look at it from an LCS perspective, they're trying to make a profit themselves. They're trying to move product as well. And if they buy something that they can't flip, then why would they want to buy it in the first place? So that's where I stand from it. And I'm gonna be right back. My Mrs. Suzer is about ready to take off for work. I'm gonna spend a few minutes with her, so I'll be right back, guys. Go ahead and converse, and I'll be right back. Give me a few minutes. All right, sorry about that. I had to say goodbye to Mrs. Hoosier before she head off to work for the evening. I see no one raiding my basement, so all my stuff's still out here. Just going back through the chat area. Okay, Will. So Yankee did drop his video with Tim today. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out here after the show. Tim's always very informative. Thanks for stopping by, Copper Owl. Sorry if I didn't see a bit ago. Hope you're still here. Welcome. Hey, so Cliff, I got a question about your Luna series that you're acquiring right now. How much more are they in regards to premiums to, say, a kangaroo? I was thinking there wasn't a whole lot of difference between the premiums between the Lunars and the kangaroos. I didn't think there was a whole lot of premium involved, a difference. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious on how much of a difference there was with the premium. Because I was thinking the Lunars were like a collector series of coins, whereas your kangaroos were just bullion. Now, that's one thing that I was having a conversation with yesterday. Of the, I call them the 6 or 7 common sovereign coins. So for me, that would include the Eagles, the Maples, the Britannias, Philharmonics, Cougarins, Kangaroos, and Libertads. Of the seven common coins, which one really pops? Which one really catches your attention? For me, it's a close first and second place for Libertad and Britannias, but these new Britannias this year look really, really sharp. They're squeaking, for me, they're squeaking to the #1 spot over the Libertad. If you take one of each, if you take one of the 7 coins, you lay them next to each other. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Egos don't stand a chance and compared to the Britannias or the Libertad from an artistic perspective. And it's not just because, in the case of the Libertad, it's not because of the twins. It's just the artistry of the coin is there. Now, of course, they're changing the design of the gold eagle, right? So we'll see that. I'm sure it's going to be even more cartoonish than once they go to the new design. I'm not a fan. From what I've seen so far, I'm not a fan of the new design. Yeah, but the Britannias are they're just so sharp. The luster in comparison to, and that may just be the fact that, the Eagles are not 4 nines fine, right? Maybe if the Eagles were 4-9 fight, I would have a different opinion on it. But right now, it just seems like the Eagles just don't have as much eye candy value, as the lack of a better word. For me, is the eye candy isn't there on a Ego as it does for a Britannia or a Libertad for that matter. Virtues victories. I'm not. I think I've seen those. Or that's not the Queen's Beast. That's a completely different series, isn't it? The Queen Bees are pretty awesome. I don't think I've seen the Virtues for victory ones, or at least I have. I don't recall them. I'll have to look them up. I think I'll do so right now. Here we go. Just did a quick search on SD site. Victory through. Okay, yeah, I recognize that now. Okay, all right. Victory through harmony. Do they, Cliff? Do they have a gold version or is it just silver? Of course, there's your labor tads. So yeah, that is very eye-catching to say the least. And yeah, the buy price isn't that bad. And that is a coin. Yep. One of these days that they will change that. Just saying. Yeah, they never do, Cliff. They never do, but this is about as close as I want to get to it right now anyway, until I decide to go out and inquire something. Compare that to, say, just a regular, regular, compared to a Britannia. Yeah. I don't know. That Virtue does look pretty nice, and it's not much more expensive. Only like $1 more. 32.91 for Britannia compared to less than $1 for the Virtue. All right. So yeah, it is a little bit more expensive, but it's only less than $1. Not that much of a difference. Yeah, I agree, Aloha. I think the Britannia is if you like I say, if you line up all the common sovereigns, it just seems like the Britannias are squeaking ahead of everyone else when it comes to the artistic value of their coins. Even if you go with just a Britannia, any brick coin seems like it's better in their artistry, their quality of the as I call it, the eye candy. Can you imagine that being on a 5 or 10 ounce round or coin? I bet that would be crazy. See, now I figure Aloha, I figure he'd be all over the Libertad. I figure he'd be like hands down all Libertad. He's got like a whole house of them. But yeah, it's definitely the eye candy factor is what makes some coins collectible. And if you are only looking at the eye candy value of coins, unfortunately the egos don't have the eye candy value as they do as a Britannia does, or as any British coin like this guy right here. No, that's just how it is. So, and now I know the U.S. Mint's looking at putting in counterfeiting measures and this, that, and the other. But you know what? The new Britannia's got those counterfeiting measures in place, and it looks just as stunning as before. So why can't the U.S. Mint do the same thing? Why can't they put more artistry into the coin and still maintain its popularity? You know. And yeah, and of course, with the designs changing here this year, I just not a fan of the new design anyway. So, but I think from a stacker perspective, I I've always been told it's best to acquire coinage of your locale. So yeah, so in my case, obviously be the Eagles. May and then a few of the maples as well. I think because they are more commonly recognized around here, I think the eagles and maples would be more hirely desirable than higher desirable than Britannia. But I don't know. You know, if the LCS is only looking for the weight, a 1 ouncer is a 1 ouncer is a 1 ouncer, right? But if they're looking at a coin from a collector perspective, then I think or from a flip perspective, they're going to want Ecos over anything else. And at least my coin shop is that way. They went ahead and when I had to cash out my Eagles a couple months ago, which sucked, but I had to. When I cashed out my Eagles, he was able to give me $2 over spot at the time. Whereas with all the other coins I have, it was just spot, even Maples. So no, I was able to cash out with my Eagles at $2 over spot, and then about 17 or 18 Maples for spot. So that's just his market. He can turn around and flip the Eagles a lot easier than can the Maples, I guess. Hey, Cash and Coins, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome. So, Cash and Coins, let me ask you the question I was asking last night and I asked earlier this evening is, did you partake in the silver squeeze yesterday? Yes or no? And what's your opinion on either way? That's just that's the general topic for tonight is, did you partake in the silver squeeze? And just curious there because as I told everyone before, if this silver squeeze thing would have came up a year ago when I first started stacking, I've been all over it like bees to honey. But here it is a year later. I'm like, it's a trap. It's a trap, as I put into my video yesterday. It's a trap, and I just don't get into it anymore now. Yeah, a year ago, absolutely, I would have gotten into it, but not anymore. Today, I pulled back and I reassessed, and I realized it's a trap, and I'll just pull back and keep acquiring my fiat, so when the price is right, I'll buy then later, but not today. Yeah, and that's the general thing. Cash and coins. People that routinely move metal in and out, it's just another day for them. There's no difference. But for people that only do this once a month or once every couple months type of thing, they might get a FOMO circumstance going on there. But like I said, as the someone who's been doing it for a year now, I'm like, it doesn't faze me anymore. It's all hype, in my opinion. Yeah, I hear you, Will. I'll keep that in mind. Unfortunately, that was my only tube of Eagles I have. When I got those Eagles on top of that, he could have very well bought those from me for a spot, and I would still come out ahead because when I got those Eagles, it was spot price was like 15.50 an ounce. So I made out either way. But of course, you're always, I'll take anything over spot any day. But it wasn't like I came out on the losing end. Uh, I did make my expense back when I got those Eagles originally. Not going to see those dollars anymore. Not going to see 15.50 an ounce anytime in the near future again for a while. I actually picked up those Eagles right before the spot price started to go stupid busy. June, July last year, I think it was, when things really started going crazy with the spot price. That's when I was, once the spot price started to go nuts, I'm like, that's it, I'm out. Once it hit the 18, $19 mark, I was like, okay, I'm out. And I actually haven't acquired any bullion since then. I've been focusing on all this constitutional here. So I've been focusing on all this, so which I lost track of where I was. I'm gonna have to start over. Yeah, that's all right. I got the quarters out of the way anyway. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, $34.25. Why do I only have a quarter there? Oh, I've given quarters away. That's why I don't have a whole dollar here. I always buy $1 increments, but I have given coins away to people out here in the community and to people at work. So I have to restock, which is every day. So $34.25. Let me write that down. So I don't forget. 34.25 quarter face value. So my goal here on the my constitutional is to acquire $100 face value of quarters and $100 face value of dimes. That's my goal from a constitutional standpoint. Yeah, I got a couple of P's and Morgans, but I guess technically they're not considered constitutional, so I can't really count them. And I got like a tube of Benjis, a tube of Walkers, and a tube of Kennedys. So those are nowhere near $100 face value. But my goal on my constitutional is to obtain $100 face value of the quarters and of dimes to start. And then I'll circle back around and try to do the same thing with the three versions of the half dollars. But that's going to take a while. Hey, CCT, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, Plumber Stacker was saying it was buffering it earlier. Well, he thought it was the voice earlier, but our audio. So it's about that time of day. Everyone starts getting online and things start slowing down. I probably have some neighbor here that sucks down the bandwidth. It happens usually right about this time every day or every Sunday. We start seeing a lot of buffering and latency, and need to upgrade to a business speed internet, but it is what it is. Thanks for coming by, CCT. Hey, so let me ask you, Cybercurt and Trisher, did you partake of the silver squeeze yesterday? I'm just curious if you did or not over there in the UK. Or is that more of a US hype thing? It's a hype to me, but what's your insight on it? What's your opinion on it? Hello, Southwest Treasure Detecting. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Thanks for swinging by. So I'll ask you the same question, Southwest. Did you partake of the silver squeeze yesterday? Yes or no? And what's your opinion either way? Love it, hate it, or don't care? Me personally, a year ago I would have been all over it. Now, no, I'm out. I don't play the game anymore. I know better. But a year ago when I first got into this, I've been all over it like bees and honey. The price is a little high. Yeah, Cash and Coins, you're referring to the piece, or the Morgan, or actually my LC actually has some 21 Morgans. I can't. They were like MS 62 and 63. One was like 250. The other was like 350. But I cannot remember the year. I cannot remember the year of the piece. But I'm surprised he had them. I don't recall seeing what he had in the case for Morgans, but I got Morgans. It's just I have piece, I have Morgans, but I don't have a 21 piece for obvious reasons. But I understand that certain years or certain I know the 21 piece can have some pretty good potential there if you get the right condition. And like I say, he had the 21 piece. I want to say MS62 and MS63, and one was 250, and the other one's 350. Wow, you can't go wrong with that. 21 Morgan. Oh, that's Morgan. Okay, sorry. I thought I had a piece on the brain there, Cliff. Going to say if that was a 21 piece, you'd be rolling in the dough. All right, Cash and Coins. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you visiting. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night. It is about that time to go ahead and call everyone. It's 4 minutes till 6, and I always try to get out of here before Sal's 6 o'clock marker watch. So let's go ahead and call it here for the evening, and let's go raid Salivate Metal for his 6 o'clock market watch, which is good timing because my dog's starting to bark. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and call it. We'll see you over there on Sal's show, and we'll do it again next Thursday or this coming Thursday. And like I said, I do the show every Thursday at 5:55, and I do the show every Sunday at 4:55. So come on down when you have a chance. And with that, we will talk to you later. Have a good evening, everybody, and just keep stacking. Good night.